Hey, so I figured I'd make some content this morning. I'm rehearsing for this show that I have coming up. I haven't played a Purge set in a while, it's been a few years. But what's nice is because I built most of my live stuff in FL Studio, it's really easy for me to get back to it. I just load the thing up and I can rearrange things on a playlist. And I kind of wanted to take a minute to, I don't know, I guess talk about what I have, what you can do in the software, what kind of hardware I have, what kind of hardware is like needed. It's not that much. Um, I guess because I don't know, maybe someone else out there who's using FL Studio to make music, and maybe you're not sure how to then take your music live. And there are a lot of tools within FL Studio that are built in. So I'm gonna just kind of do a little tour here. So I have lighting set up, and what's nice is you can actually program your lights in FL Studio. So I have this little tool here that I use to start this. This is Bluetooth. This is kind of a newer thing. So I'm launching the tracks here. And if you look, I'm in performance mode and I can get into what each of these look like, but these are the names of my songs. So now if, I hit this is a new song, by the way. So I sort of program these lights. Sort of a boring song. Let's do a more exciting one. Right, you can kind of see how these are reacting. Anyway, you get the idea. So the way I'm doing that is in FL Studio, there's this little known plugin. Where did I put it? It's in one of these channels. Here it is. All right, called Z Game Editor Visualizer. And this comes with FL Studio. And you can mainly use it to create interesting videos for your songs. There's all kinds of visualization effects. But if you didn't know this, you can also use it to control DMX outputs, which effectively lets you program a light show the same way you would do any kind of automation clip. So if I adjust this parameter here, maybe not this one down here I think is doing stuff. Yeah, okay. So this one is affecting this light right here. So if I play this, boom, 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 see it's turning on and off. I'm moving that up and down. So what's going on is I've basically just made automation clips. So when my song starts, you can see these are moving. So I won't get into how to make automation clips because that's pretty standard FL Studio stuff. But if you know how to make automation clips in FL Studio, you can program your light show within it just using all of that, which is awesome. Another reason why I like to use FL Studio Live, I process my vocals through it, as well as my guitar. And when I launch one of these patterns, so this is my pattern for the song Waves. I have all these here. So I have a thing, so basically it launches an automation clip to set the tempo of the project to 97 BPM, which is what the song is, and then it launches the song. But then it also turns on all these different lighting automations, and this can get pretty big. It's important to be organized. If you don't know how to organize the channel rack, you can kind of do that. That's a story for another day, but I try to organize that for the different songs. Now, how are the lights actually doing all that? Well, what's cool is this little guy right here, and I have another shelf I'm gonna build into my rack unit here. This little guy, I don't think he costs more than like 60 bucks. And this connects to the computer, and this is how he's kind of beat up. You can tell I took it on, I've played with it quite a bit, taken to shows. But this guy, if you just get a wireless thing, like I said, I have a shelf that I just bought that I'm gonna add to my rack case. This is newer. This guy lets you control the lights and stuff, which is awesome, and it's wireless. So there's a DMX transmitter And then at the back of these guys, there's a wireless receiver. And so you just set the lights up with DMX, which is awesome. Now, the way I do my audio for the Purge anyway, if I was a bigger band, as I do have a bigger band, which is why I bought this thing here. This is not necessary if you're going to just go out and play with one person. But the way I do the Purge, it's still routed the way it would be if I was just doing it solo. So I've got two inputs right now. I got the guitar and my microphone. And then this guy right here, my main left and my main right, what I've done is I've just panned. So if you look at my thing, I've just panned my vocals hard right, and I've panned my backing track hard left. And what I've done is the guitar is just being processed with the backing track. So if I strum this, it's not on actually. Here we go. Right? So I have a guitar channel, so my guitar is going in, it's getting processed through this, Stratocaster channel. And it's then going out with the backing track. So my guitar is pre-mixed into the backing track, so it already sounds pretty much the way I want it to sound, which is nice. So all the sound guy has to do with my set is adjust the level of my music and the level of my voice. And I like to give my microphone to the sound guy just in case there are feedback issues. But the other thing that's really cool about doing it this way, you may have noticed there was a tempo automation at the beginning of each track. Well, the way I have my vocals and my guitar processed is there's a delay effect, right? And I can control that just using this guy here. Whoops, that wasn't showing. So I have a delay effect, right? And I can control that with this knob here. Again, that's just setting stuff up that way. And so now when I start a song, there's a delay effect. Check, 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 check. And that delay effect is synchronized to the tempo of the song, which always sounds really good. Now, you don't need one of those big things. I used to go out live with just something like this, because all I needed was the two inputs, right? And then this has two outputs on the back, right? So all I had to do was, like I said, you split it stereo. You split the stereo into two mono signals, because a lot of times when you play live, you want it to sound good in mono anyway. Your mixes in general should sound good both in stereo and mono. They should sound interesting in stereo, but they should sound good in mono anyway. So your song should sound great live in mono. I'm repeating myself. Autism. Yeah, what else did I want to say? So I also have in-ear monitors, and you could have a separate output for stage monitoring stuff too. This particular interface is real minimal. The ones that are just slightly more upgraded, so for example, I used to use a Focusrite Scarlett 2i4 for live. This only has the two outputs. If you have one that has four outputs, you can use those separate outputs to sort of figure out like a monitor situation and have that going into a like an in-ear radio thing with headphones. So anyway, yeah, that's the trick. FL Studio, man, it's a lot of work to set up your performance mode that way, but once you do it, it's so worth it because, it's all in one thing. Get your lights, you get your music, you can do a lot of your processing in the computer. The computers are so fast these days, as long as you have one with a decent processor like an i5 or a Ryzen 5 at least, it should be able to handle what you're doing with live music pretty darn well. So yeah, man, that's my video for today.